my last few videos I've been preaching about what can happen to your guitars if you do not keep them properly humidified all of the time, or most of the time at least. This video I'm going to show you what you got to do if you didn't do that. So here we are, got this beautiful Blueridge BR160 guitar. It's a nice guitar too. Needs cleaned up, but it's got a big crack down the back of it. I think you can see it if I get the light to glare on it just right. Yeah, there you go. You can see it all the way. Actually, there's two cracks up here down to about right there, I think, and then it goes into one crack. So if your guitar does this, I can show you a way to keep it from getting any worse, at least stabilize it. I have 3 rosewood cleats here that I cut out, and I'll bring the camera over here and show you closer. But I want to glue those cleats right over the crack. I want to run the wood grain of the cleats not in the same direction the wood grain in the back runs. I want to run it across that wood grain. And then I'm going to glue them in, of course, and take these little props that I made. I've got 4 of them out here. Just little props, you know, I'll set down on the cleat. Actually set that in, down on the cleat, and then twist this in up against the top of the guitar, or a brace on the top or something to shove down on that cleat. And let the glue set up, and that crack will never be a problem again. You're still going to be able to see it. That's not what this is about. This is just to show you how you can, if your guitar does this, you know, it's easy, man. There's nothing to this at all, really. But if you don't do something about it, the crack can keep getting worse. Now, it doesn't have to be cracked halfway and stop. If it, you know, say if you got a crack up here and it comes down to right here and it just stops, okay? You want to put a cleat right there, and about midways, or if not on the other end, depending on how long the crack extends. Let me bring the camera over here and we'll talk about it a little bit more. Hold on. So here we are. I'm just showing you. I'm not going to put that cleat right there, but you can see how it's just laying across both cracks. And all I'm going to do is glue the cleat right across them both. Now you can see 2 cracks coming, and give you some perspective here. Somebody tried to repair this and did a real shitty job on it. But like I said in the other videos, it's holding so far. Anyways, there's 2 cracks. It comes all the way back. There's 2 cracks there. And just on the other side of that brace, 1 crack ends. And that's where I'm going to put the cleat, 1 cleat, right at the end of that crack. Now I'm going to get another one up here, probably that one there, on across both cracks up on this end. And then I'll put another one way back inside, way back there, farther than you can actually see right now, behind that, or probably in front of that brace farthest back. Maybe you can see it, yeah. So, you know, I can't get in there with a camera and an endoscope and lights and actually show you this, you know. There's just no way to do it. So I'll have to bring you back, or maybe show you a little as I do it. I don't know. Stay tuned. We'll find out. We're going to have some fun at the house that never sleeps. So here's what's going on. I'm going to use one of these little pipettes here, sucking glue up in it as we speak. And rather than try to get glue on these little tiny cleats and get them in there and in the right places without, you know, I don't want any glue on the top side of the cleats, or my jack, my prop, is going to stick to it. So we don't want that. So rather than trying to get glue on the cleats and then try to get them in there precisely where I need them, I'm going to suck this up with glue. I'm going to stick it down in there and put a tiny amount of glue exactly where I want the cleat to go. And hopefully it'll be just enough, so I'll get some squeeze out, not a lot, but some, to ensure me I covered the whole entire cleat with glue. And Then I'll put the jackal on top of it, the prop, and I don't have to worry about gluing the prop to the cleat that way, because there won't be any glue on that side of the cleat. If that made sense. Hopefully you all know what I'm talking about. And the little pipette's not sucking very well. I'll bring you back in a few minutes when I get a little bit of headway made. Hold on. Always pays to keep plenty of water around when you're doing this. Anytime you got to work with glue, keep plenty of water around for cleanup, because you're going to need it eventually. Alright, here's the little cleat. I'm going to have to put more glue than that on there. How you guys doing? Everybody doing okay, are they? Everyone getting along well and playing nicely together? That's always good. Alright, here comes the magic. There's no easy way to do this that I know of. And we are on target. Perfect. Now I want to let that glue set for a little bit, you know, let it cure for a little while, because if I go in there and start trying to prop this thing on there with that wet glue, it's going to be disastrous, you know what I mean? The thing could move or slip, and then all would be lost. We don't want that to happen, so it's going to let it sit there for a while and cure enough to hold it, you know, for a little bit, and then we'll go in there and put the prop in and get some squeeze out, hopefully. We'd like to see that. And like I say, the next cleat, I want to put right at the end of the one crack, where the one ends and another one starts. And I think if I go right against that brace would be okay. So let's put some glue there. Very good. Very good. Perfect. And I'll just lay this one right up against the brace. And that's just almost excellent right where it landed. And that's gotta go. There we go. Now for that to set up just a wee bit. Actually, I need to pull that back this way. Just a little. Okay, good deal. And the third one, I'm not going to bore you to death with, because I got to reach way back in there. What I'll do is put glue, I'll put glue just like I did this one, right up against the brace, okay? And then that way I can take the cleat and reach back in there and feel until I find the brace, and come very close to putting it in exactly the right place I want it to be that way. So I'll bring you back and we'll talk more about this shortly. We have success. I gotta wipe that squeeze out. There's one. Just wipe it out good before that sets up anymore. There's two. That's where the one crack ends and the other one goes right on back. Now I've got a cleat back there. If you can see it. Yeah, there, I think you can see it. I still got to get a prop on that. So I'm going to do that now and wipe some squeeze out away. Hold on. So that's pretty much it, folks. If you do not humidify your guitars and they crack the back or the top or the sides, that will keep them from getting any worse. It will stabilize the entire instrument, and those cracks won't split any farther. Remember to humidify it properly before you do this. You know, a lot of times humidity, the correct humidity alone will bring those cracks back together very tight. And then, you know, I use a like a suction cup. I don't know where it is. I've got them all over the place. Anyways, when you humidify them back together, I just pour glue over the crack once it's together, but it's not glued. Pour glue over the crack and take a suction cup and work that until I can see in a mirror the glue coming through the inside. And I know I've got glue completely through the crack then. And clamp it up however you can. But like I say, somebody's already fixed this crack in this guitar, and they didn't put cleats in it. I don't know how it held as long as it did, unless the braces helped hold it together. I don't know, but it's a crappy job they did. Anyways, it's done. Next video on this, we'll come back and string it up and set it all up, set the neck relief, check all that stuff. And the intonation, I'm going to check the intonation on this because I recall it being a little off. I don't remember what string or anything about it. The frets look good. Probably will polish them up and oil that board. It's been a while. It's been a year since I've oiled it, so probably will do that in the next video and set it up, and we'll get a little demo out of it. And another blind guitar challenge coming up. Man, you guys everyone seemed to like that video, and it's still getting watched a lot. So we're going to do that again. A blind guitar challenge between a cheap guitar and a very, very expensive one. And both of them sound good. I'm telling you now, they both sound good. It'll be interesting to see if you guys can tell the difference in them. I'll do it just like before, you know. I'll play so you can't see the guitars. You can only hear them. And the big difference in price on the two guitars. Different guitars from before. I think I said that. But big difference in price. And it'd be interesting to see if you all can tell the really expensive one from the much cheaper one just by sound. So anyways, next video we take the props out, we'll set it up, put strings on this, and get on with the show. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps someone. Cheers. See you on the next one.